This week on the Secret Alliance podcast, Rachel and Jason take a break so that we can have some diary room sessions with you.
Hey guys, it's Hannah aka Chaddha from season 23 of Big Brother, and I am here to give you guys my insight into what's been happening this season. So let's start with Pooch's eviction in Sunday's episode. Pooch obviously volunteered to go on the block, and he felt like because he did so, the rest of the house owed him something. But in the game of Big Brother, you don't owe anyone anything. In the wise words of Big D, I am on my own island and anyone can get it at any point. No, I'm just kidding. But if you start feeling too safe or comfortable about your positioning in the house, that's usually a good indication that you're going home. And that's unfortunately what we saw with Pooch. But I can't say I'm too upset that he's out of the game. He wasn't a very interesting or dynamic player for me to watch anyway. So we move. And then Turner ends up winning HOH, which is funny because the rest of the house was talking about sending him home right after Pooch. And that's typically how the BB gods work. The one person that can't win HOH ends up winning HOH. So Turner's original plan was to backdoor Taylor and send her home because of the house's weird one-sided hatred towards her. But thankfully, Joseph, Monty, Turner, and Kyle end up getting together and forming a core 4 alliance as sort of like a counter alliance to the girls and old school side of the house, because they realize that they're on the bottom. Despite Post Pack, they're going to be the first ones to go. So then they rope in Michael, Brittany, and Taylor to give them more numbers, and they're utilizing their numbers early on in the game to make a big move by getting Amira, who's the head of the snake on the other side of the house, out of there. And let that be a note to future house guests and players that making a big move early on in the game does not necessarily have to be a bad thing, as long as you execute it well and you plant your seeds correctly. But I am very excited to see the leftovers play. It seems like they have a good system of communication where if one member of the alliance hears something, then somehow that piece of information will circle back to every other member of their alliance. Each of them brings something unique to the table. They have good chemistry. They like each other as people. So I have high hopes for them. Now, inevitably, the leftovers will start to crack, as we see with all large alliances, with the exception of the cookout. But as long as they get my girl Taylor to jury, that's really all I care about. And the fact that we have a split house, that's reminiscent of old school Big Brother. So that makes me giddy too. And the last thing I want to say is, of course, I want Taylor to win. Now, whether or not that's possible, I don't know, because it's so early on in the game. I do think that Michael is one to watch because he has this fantastic ability to walk into any room and people show him their cards. He's able to absorb their information while simultaneously not having to offer up much of his own information. And that's a quality that I've noticed all winners of this game have had in common. And then with Kyle, he's been like the dark horse of this season. He came in not knowing too much about the game, but he's been picking it up well and quickly, and that's why I think he has the potential to go far as well. So let's stay tuned. Also, I just despise Nicole and Daniel. And that's it. Go Taylor. Bye, guys.
You can check out past episodes of The Secret Alliance right here on this YouTube channel. Just click away. We have so many interviews with Big Brother legends and so much more just waiting for you right now. Thanks for watching.